Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Wonderful sound. That's awesome.
Sound? Okay.
We have not put the mic yet, Mataji. We are just doing it.
Do you need the mic then?
Do we need it, Mataji, or we just leave it?
Put it on because it is actually better. Please.
This one and sorry, I think you need to put this one on top of that.
Here.
Is this iPhone? Now try.
Hari Bol, Mataji.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hari Bol, Mataji. Can you hear me?
Mataji. Thank you so much. Perfect.
Hare Krishna, Yamuna Mataji. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Bhavamayi, Mataji. I can hear you.
Hari Bol.
Haribol. Haribol.
Mataji. Can you hear me?
Please use the microphone. Please use the lapel microphone. It is perfect sound.
Sound perfect.
Thank you.
So
Haribol, use it. Use it, Bhavamayi. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
So many of the points there. So we continue. We won't be able to hear them.
Okay, so we'll just put it there.
Because it goes on to the phone receiver. Okay. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Kunja Bihari
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Girivardhari Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. जय जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर तथा श्री श्रीमद अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर तथा श्री श्रीमद सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की वृंदावन धाम की मायापुर धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की तुलसी देवी की भक्ति देवी की गंगा माई की यमुना माई की जय बृहद मृदंग की जय युग धर्म श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की all glories to assemble devotees, all glories to assemble devotees, all glories to assemble devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. Hare Krishna. So we are reading. First of all, I welcome you all on behalf of ISKCON Brisbane to our daily morning reading of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. All the devotees that are here today and who have joined on Zoom. It's our good fortune that we are here relishing the nectar of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. I seek blessings and permission from Srila Prabhupada, my Guru Maharaj and our entire Guru Parampara, so that because it is because of their labor, their hard work and their grace that we are getting to relish this nectar of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. It is said in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam itself that the person who speaks Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and the person who hears Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, in the end of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam there is a verse that says that ya etat shravayet nityam yamakshanam ananyadhi shlokam ekam tadardham va padam padardhameva va shraddhavan yonushunyat Punati Atmanameva sa, that the person who makes others hear Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, the person who always speaks Bhagavatam always hears Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, that person and the person who hears, both of them, when they hear Bhagavatam, they purify themselves. So that's a very glorious opportunity we have today that we can hear Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. And I also seek blessings from all the Vaishnavas, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Please correct me and guide me if I make any mistakes. So we are reading from Canto 5, The Creative Impetus, and Chapter 1, The Activities of Maharaj Priyavrat. So we know that in Canto 3 and 4, the Samvad dialogue between Vidur and Maitreya was going on. And Vidurji was asking question, Maitreya was giving the answers, and Maitreya Rishi was narrating the whole dynasty of, first of all he introduced the pastime of Lord Shiva, Sati and Daksha Prajapati. So Daksha Prajapati, who is the first son of Lord Brahma and the second son of Lord Brahma, Swayambhuv Manu. And then Maitreya Rishi started describing the dynasty of Swayambhuv Manu. So he's in the whole third and fourth canto, he described the dynasty of Uttanapad. Uttanapad, his son Dhruv Maharaj, then the other kings in that dynasty. And then now in fifth canto, he is describing the dynasty of other son of Swayambhuv Manu, Priyavrat. So Maharaj Priyavrat's activity we have started in this chapter 1. And Parikshit Maharaj has introduced Priyavrat in the first verse of our first chapter of 5th canto. Maharaj Parikshit introduces Priyavrat. He says that Priyavato Bhagavata Atma Ramang Katha Mune Gruhe Ramat Yanmula Karma Bandha Parabhava. He asks a question that I have heard that Priyavrat Maharaj is Atmaram, is self-satisfied. He is a great soul. He is a sage. That is what I have heard about him. But then why he Grihe Ramat, why he is enjoying in the family life? And because family life is Yanmula Karma Bandhana. It is the root cause of the bondage of karma. And it defeats the purpose of the human life. So then why is he enjoying in the human life, in the family life? So that is the question Parikshit Maharaj asks, and then Shukdev Goswami goes on describing the circumstances under which he accepted the kingmanship, because he was, by his guidance of his Guru Narad Muni, he was trained to remain brahmachari, Naistik brahmachari, but then Lord Brahma, he appeared with all the demigods and the personified Vedas, and then Lord Brahma convinced him that this is the order of Supreme Personality of Godhead, that you become the king, you accept family life. This is the order of Supreme Personality of Godhead, so you must accept it. So it was under the, it was as honoring the higher authority, Lord Brahma, Supreme Personality of Godhead, and his own father Swayambhuv Manu's desire, that he decided to become the king. And then he accepted to be the king. He got married with a queen named Bhareshmati, had 10 sons and 1 daughter with her, and another wife he also had. One of the verses we have read already describes that he had another wife with whom he had 3 sons. So like this, he is busy in his family life, and he has accepted to be the king, just as accepting the order of higher authorities. So he was ruling, one of the verses describes that he ruled for 11 arbudas of years. So 1 arbuda is 100 million years, and 11 arbuda means 1.1 billion years. So he, like that, he ruled for long time, and once he observed a problem in his kingdom. So that is what we are going to see. I just found out that we are also reading verse 28. What happened yesterday, we were going to read verse 28 and 29, but our visiting guest Gaurang Darshan Prabhu, he was giving class on Chaurastakam, very beautiful class. So then we haven't covered those verses. So we will quickly go through verse 28, 29 and 30 today. All these verses are not actually written in Padya, so they are not, we can't actually recite them, and because we have 3 verses today, we will not do the call and response. I will read, and you're welcome to join with me. We'll go to verse 28. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudirayet नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवयां भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. अन्यस्यामपि जायायां 3 पुत्रा आसन्नुत्तमस्तामसो रैवत इति मन्वन्तराधितपयः. Translation and purport by Krishna Krupamurti, His loving divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In his other wife, Maharaj Priyavrat begot 3 sons named Uttama, Tamasa and Raivat. All of them later took charge of Manvantara millenniums. Purport: in every day of Brahma, there are 14 Manvantaras. The duration of one Manvantar, the lifespan of one Manu, is 71 yugas, and each yuga is 4.32 billion years. Almost all the Manus selected to rule the Manvantaras come from the family of Maharaj Priyavrat. 3 of them are particularly mentioned herein, named Uttama, Tamasa and Raivat. Verse 28. It's a very long text as well. Eva mupashamayaneshu swatanyeshvatha jagati patir jagati arbuda ne kadasha parivatsaranam vyahata khila purusha karasa rasa bhruta dordanda yugalapi dita maurvi gunastanita virami tadharma pratipaksho बर्हिषमत्याश्चानुदिन मेघमान प्रमोद प्रसरण यौष्णीय व्रीडा प्रमुषित हासवलोक रुचिरक्षेवलादिभिः पराभूय मान विवेक इवानव बुद्ध्यमान इव महामना बुभुजे. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. After Kavi, Mahavir and Savan were completely trained in the Paramhamsa stage of life, Maharaj Priyavrat ruled the universe for 11 arbudas of years. Whenever he was determined to fix his arrow upon his bowstring with his 2 powerful arms, all opponents of the regulative principles of religious life would flee from his presence in fear of the unparalleled prowess he displayed in ruling the universe. He greatly loved his wife Bharishmati, and with the increase of days, their exchange of nuptial love also increased. By her feminine behavior, as she dressed herself, walked, got up, smiled, laughed, and glanced about, Queen Bharishmati increased his energy. Thus, although he was a great soul, he appeared lost in the feminine conduct of his wife. He behaved with her just like an ordinary man, but actually he was a great soul. Purport: in this verse, the word dharma pratipakshaha, opponents of religious principles, refers not to a particular faith but to varnashram dharma, the division of society socially and spiritually into 4 varnas: brahmana, kshatriya, vaishya, shudra, and 4 ashramas: brahmacharya, grihastha, vanprastha and sannyasa. To maintain proper social order and help the citizens gradually progress towards the goal of life, namely spiritual understanding, the principles of varnashram dharma must be accepted. From these verses, Maharaj Priyavrat appears to have been so strict in maintaining this institution of varnashram dharma that anyone neglecting it would immediately flee from his presence as soon as the king warned him by fighting or administering light punishment. Indeed, Maharaj Priyavrat would not have to fight, for simply because of his strong determination, they dared not disobey the rules and regulations of varnashram dharma. It is said that unless human society is regulated by varnashram dharma, it is no better than a bestial society of cats and dogs. Maharaj Priyavrat therefore strictly maintained varnashram dharma by his extraordinary unparalleled prowess. To maintain such a life of strict vigilance, one needs encouragement from his wife. In the varnashram dharma system, certain classes such as brahmanas and sannyasis do not need encouragement from the opposite sex. Kshatriyas and grihasthas, however, actually need the encouragement of their wives in order to execute their duties. Indeed, a grihastha or kshatriya cannot properly execute his responsibilities without the association of his wife. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally admitted that a grihastha must live with a wife. Kshatriyas were even allowed to have many wives to encourage them in discharging the duties of government. The association of a good wife is necessary in a life of karma and political affairs. To execute his duties properly, therefore, Maharaj Priyavrat took advantage of his good wife Barhishmati, who was always very expert in pleasing her great husband by properly dressing herself, smiling, and exhibiting her feminine bodily features. Queen Barhishmati always kept Maharaj Priyavrat very encouraged, and thus he executed his governmental duties very properly. In this verse, Eva has twice been used to indicate that Maharaj Priyavrat acted exactly like a hand-picked husband and thereby seemed to have lost his sense of human responsibility. Actually, however, he was fully conscious of his position as a spirit soul, although he seemingly behaved like an acquiescent karmi husband. Maharaj Priyavrat thus ruled the universe for 11 arbudas of years. One arbuda consists of 1 million years and 100 million years, and Maharaj Priyavrat ruled the universe for 11 such arbudas. Before we comment on this verse, I'll recite the Mangalacharan. Om Agnanatimirandhasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitan Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Pancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin iti namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So in this verse 29, we see a contradiction. We see that Maharaj Priyavrat, he is training his three sons, Kavi, Mahavir and Savan. He is training them to be renunciant, to be Paramhamsa stage of life. Whereas at the same passage we see that he himself, he is absorbed in his family life. So one can ask a question that isn't this hypocrisy. So the answer itself is in the verse. The verse has a word eva that's been used twice, and Prabhupada has also mentioned it in the purport. So the word eva means that it appears like it. So Priyavrat appears like a henpecked husband, but he is really not, but he is not distracted from his spiritual goal, the goal of family life, but he is just playing the role that he has been assigned as a king and a husband and a father. But as far as his duty as a king is concerned, we see that all the miscreants in his kingdom, they are fearful of him. So we can see that he is doing his duty as a king really well, and he is not really a henpecked husband. Prabhupada has given a class on the verse Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam 2, 3, 18 and 19, and in that class Prabhupada describes this word henpecked. Prabhupada says that human life is very rare. After evolving through 8.4 million species of life, one gets a human birth, and it is so rare that even demigods, they also want to have this human life. But after going through so many bodies, if a person only focuses on material advancement, working hard and sex enjoyment, then it is not any better than cats or dogs. So Prabhupada compares henpecked husband with an ass. Prabhupada says that an ass as well works hard whole day for the washerman, and then at the end of the he gets beaten by the washerman also, and then at the end of the day he goes to the she-ass and begs her for sex enjoyment, and she also kicks him. So a henpecked husband, Prabhupada says, is like an ass. He is just habituated to get beaten from both sides, from material life and from family life. So Prabhupada has, even in Krishna book, Prabhupada has written that Krishna had 16,108 wives. And all his wives, they used to think that he is my handpicked husband, he is under my control. But we know that Krishna is Atmaram. He doesn't even need one wife, what to speak of 16,108 wives. So he is just playing the role of the ideal husband and giving pleasure to his devotees. Krishna is Atmaram. He doesn't need anyone external to give him pleasure. So Krishna also appears like a handpicked husband, but he is not. So the question to be asked is not that if person is enjoying in family life or not. The question to be asked is if they are focused in their bhakti or not, if they are focused in their shelter in the lotus feet of Krishna or not. If they are along with their family duties, then it is not karma bandhan, then it is not bondage. But if they are not fixed in their bhakti and they are distracted, then it is a handpicked husband. Otherwise they are just following their duty. So because we also need to cover verse 30, if we quickly summarize verse 29, it is warning us against a big mistake that we make, that we judge others by externals. So King Priyavrat's case is, Bhagavatam is putting in front of us as a test. First of all, when he is introduced, Priyavrat is introduced, a question is, Bhagavatam is posing a question that isn't he a hypocrite? He is Atmaram, but he is enjoying family life. So Bhagavatam puts a question in front of us. We are expected to get tensed, curious, and then by the time we come to this verse, Bhagavatam is guiding us to look deeper, that whatever we see externally is not always right. Priyavrat is previously called Atmaram, Mahabhagavat. He is called here Mahamana. He is a great soul, but he is just playing the role of a family man. So, as Prabhupada has described in the first paragraph of the purport, in Vedic society, the human race is divided into 4 ashrams, Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanprastha and Sannyas, and 4 varnas, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. And they all have their own roles and responsibilities, their own duties. So, in Grihastha life, we see in this verse, what is surprising for us, for Priyavrat, we see that Priyavrat greatly loved his wife Barhishmati. So that love is not condemned in the family life. It is the natural propensity of a jiva to want to love someone and to want to be loved by someone. So in Grihastha life, this propensity to love is used in serving Krishna, is used to sacrifice for the family and protect the family. So Grihasthashram is like a training ground for love, where we can, by exhibiting love for those we live close to every day, we develop our, Grihasthashram's center is Krishna, wife is serving Krishna, husband is serving Krishna, children are serving Krishna. So center is Krishna. So it's like a training ground for our goal of life, Prema Pumartho Mahan, for the higher love, the topmost love, the love of Godhead. So that is what verse 29 highlights. And then if we move on to verse 30, verse 30 actually talks about what did Priyavrata do. So we'll just speak verse 30. Yavadava bhasayati suragiri manu parikraman bhagavan adityo vasudhatala ardhenaiva pratapatyardhenava chadayati tada hi bhagavadu pasano pachitati purusha prabhavas Tadana bhinanda samajavena rathena jyotirmayena rajanimapi dinam karishyamiti saptakritva starani manu paryakramada dvitiya iva patangaha. So this dvitiya iva patangaha, those are the words where crux of this verse is. We'll read the translation and purport by Krishna Krupamurti, His loving divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. While so excellently ruling the universe, King Priyavrat once became dissatisfied with the circumambulation of the most powerful sun god. And circling Sumeru hill on his chariot, the sun god illuminates all the surrounding planetary systems. However, when the sun is on the northern side of the hill, the south receives less light. And when the sun is in the south, the north receives less. King Priyavrat disliked this situation and therefore decided to make daylight in the part of the universe where there was night. He followed the orbit of the sun god on a brilliant chariot and thus fulfilled his desire. He could perform such wonderful activities because of the power he had achieved by worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Purport. There is a Bengali saying which describes that someone is so powerful that he can make the night day and the day night. That saying is current because of the prowess of Priyavrat. His activities demonstrate how powerful he became by worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord Krishna is known as Yogeshwar, the master of all mystic powers. In Bhagavad Gita 18.78, it is said that wherever there is the master of all mystic powers, yatra Yogeshwaraha Krishnaha, victory, fortune and all other opulences are present. Devotional service is so powerful. When a devotee achieves what he wants to accomplish, it is not by his own mystic power, but by the grace of the master of mystic power, Lord Krishna. By his grace, a devotee can accomplish wonderful things unimaginable even to the most powerful scientist. From the description in this verse, it appears that the sun moves. According to modern astronomers, the sun is fixed in one place, surrounded by the solar system. But here we find that sun is not stationary. It is rotating in a prescribed orbit. This fact is corroborated by Brahma Samhita 5.52. Yasyanjanaya Brahmati Sambrata Kala Chakraha. The sun is rotating in its fixed orbit in accordance with the order of Supreme Personality of Godhead. According to Jyotirveda, the science of astronomy in the Vedic literature, the sun moves for 6 months on the northern side of Sumeru hill and for 6 months on the southern side. We have practical experience on this planet that when there is summer in the north, there is winter in the south, and vice versa. Modern materialistic scientists sometimes present themselves as knowing all the ingredients of the sun, yet they are unable to offer a second sun like Maharaj Priyavrat. Although Maharaj Priyavrat devised a very powerful chariot as brilliant as the sun, he had no desire to compete with the sun god. For a Vaishnava never wants to supersede another Vaishnava. His purpose was to give abundant benefits to material existence. In material existence. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur remarks that in the months of April and May, the rays of Maharaj Priyavrat's brilliant sun were as pleasing as the rays of moon. And in October and November, both morning and evening, that sun provided more warmth than the sunshine. In short, Maharaj Priyavrat was extremely powerful and his actions extended his power in all directions. So we'll try to understand what Maharaj Priyavrat did. So he was ruling very expertly his kingdom, as we saw before, but he noticed a problem and he wanted to solve it. The problem is that, as it is described here, we will just repeat in a simple words. The problem is that, so there is Bhumandal, Sumeru hill is in the center, and the sun god Surya Dev is circling the Sumeru hill on his chariot. So when he is on northern side, there is night, there is light on the northern side, and there is dark on the southern side. And when he is on southern side, there is light, there is day on the southern side, and there is dark on the northern side. And King Priyavrat thought that this is a problem. He wanted equal distribution of sunlight in all places at all times. So that is Priyavrat's problem. So now this is where the contradiction comes, because we've all gone to school. We have learned in the school something that is completely opposite. We have learnt that our planet Earth, sun is stationary, sun is very massive than our Earth, and Earth is rotating around the sun, and it takes 1 year, 365 days, and that is how our seasons come. And then also moon rotates around sun, and that takes 1 day, so that is how our day and night come. So that is the understanding we have gathered from our modern science. But here Vedic cosmology is giving us completely exactly opposite thing, that the sun is rotating, the Bhumandal is stationary and the sun is rotating. So that is what the contradiction comes. But and we might think how this is possible, how can sun be rotating, because we come from that our scientific background, that mindset, and you know, a lot of people say, I only believe what I have seen, or I only believe that has been researched, there is proof, and all that. So when we approach Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, and especially Canto 5, because Canto 5 a lot of Vedic cosmology is coming, and when we are approaching passages like this, we have to approach them with open mindset, and they will challenge our concepts of reality of the universe. And we must admit, first of all, the first thing is that we must admit that we don't know everything. Even the most scholar scientist will agree that he doesn't know everything, right? And then the other thing is that you know, there are many passages in Vedic cosmology that are much more advanced than the modern science, because modern science is presenting the situation, is just giving us the physical, the material, the chemical aspect of the planets, but whereas Vedic cosmology is giving us, apart from the physical aspect where what is situated, it is also giving us the metaphysical aspect, the laws of karma, then the roles of demigods and their jurisdiction. So we see in Bhagavad Gita there is a verse that says urdhvam gacchati sattvata madhye tishtati rajasa and jaganya gunavruttisa adho gacchati tamasa. So there is a description in scriptures that those who are sattva guni, those who are in mode of goodness, they will go towards the higher planets, urdhvam, and those who are in mode of passion, they will come back to this planet bhuloka, and those who are in mode of ignorance, they will go to bottom planets, lower planets. So in Vedic cosmology there are planets. Our planet Earth is on a planetary system called Bhumandal, and in the Bhumandal our planet Bhuloka is in the center, and that is where Sumeru hill is in the center. But above us there is Swargaloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Taploka, Satyaloka, and then below us there is Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Rasatala, Patal. There are all these planetary systems. So that is one aspect our Vedic cosmology gives us. And also, in Vedic cosmology we see concepts like we only know of one ocean, right? With help of our knowledge, we know that there is this seawater, saltwater ocean. But in Vedic cosmology we see there are 7 different kinds of oceans. There is salt water, sugar, ghee, there is ocean of ghee, there is ocean of yogurt, milk, Kshir Sagar, we say that Kshirodakshai Vishnu, he is lying in the ocean of milk, Kshirodak, that is why he is called Kshirodakshai Vishnu. So there are different kinds of oceans, and there are different kinds of dvipas. These oceans are dividing the Bhumandal in different islands. They are called dvipas. So there are all these concepts are also there in Vedic cosmology. So we can conclude that this information that is given in Bhagavatam, it is coming from Vyasadeva, who is the literary incarnation of Krishna. So it is there in Bhagavatam, so it cannot be wrong, right? And yes, we have 2 different sets of information, but that does not mean that one of them has to be wrong, because we see that they are talking on different frame of mind and different plane. So we can say that modern science has not, this is the gap in these 2 understanding, and we can say that modern science has not reached there yet. So our modern astronomy, it gives us, like we say in Hindi or Gujarati, we can say kaam chalao, like workable situation it gives us. We can, and we are not minimizing the importance of modern science. It is helpful for weather forecasts and for navigation, all those purposes. Modern science is also helpful, but Vedic cosmology, it apart from giving us the scenario of material world, it also it opens our eyes that beyond this material world there is the river Viraja, and above that there is spiritual world, and you can go there. So it's possible, and so Bhagavatam gives us higher aspirations, the Vedic cosmology. So we come back to the problem, what Priyavrat did. What Priyavrat did when he saw this situation, that there is dark in half of my kingdom. So he didn't like that situation, because in night, if somebody wants to travel, they can be attacked by wild animals or some rogues or gundas, some thieves, and it's not safe in the dark. And also when we think on a deeper level, darkness means ignorance. So he didn't like that situation, that half of his praja is staying in ignorance, in darkness. So Prabhupada also clarifies that in the second paragraph, that his thinking behind it was not, someone can argue that why remove the darkness, why remove the night, why create a second sun, because night is also important, we work during the day and then we need to rest at the night, so why disturb the sleep cycle, right? But Prabhupada explains the mindset of Priyavrat, that he just wanted equal distribution of sunlight, so there is no darkness in his kingdom, there is no ignorance in his kingdom. So what he did is something very astonishing, very unbelievable. If we try to read again what he has done in the translation, what he actually did, so he created a divine, illuminating, very light giving chariot, and then he rode on that chariot and he followed the path on which the sun god circumambulates around the Sumeri hill. He did that for 7 times. So when he did that, because his chariot is so illuminating, it illuminated the dark parts of the Bhumandal as well, and the tracks of his chariot, they created like some dents, and they later became the 7 oceans. And we will see in couple of verses, after a couple of verses, that he divided the Bhumandal in 7 dvipas. So these 7 Maha oceans, they still exist. And we will see that in coming verses. But this is something Priyavrat did. So when we read this, we think that we question, can I do this? No. Can you do this? No. So we just think that no, this is humanly unbelievable. This is not possible. This is some mythological stories, because this is beyond my imagination. But we see in 3rd canto, Kardam Muni, he creates a flying castle which is as big as city, and in that castle there is ponds and there is gardens and there is everything, and it is flying. That castle is flying between different planets. So that is possible, and even for us, ordinary human beings, helicopter is there, plane is there. So if we can create the aeroplanes, helicopters, we can create the drones that can take images and give us here on our phone or our device. If we can create that, then Priyavrat, who is a Mahabhagavat, who is a devotee of the Lord, why can he not do that? And yes, it sounds beyond human capacity. And how he did that, the answer Prabhupada has given by highlighting a phrase from the verse. It is said, Bhagavad upasano upachitati purusha prabhava. He did that because he was doing Bhagavad Upasana. He was a devotee of Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Supreme Lord was pleased by his service. So Supreme Lord has given him Uchita Purusha Prabhava, the appropriate influence, appropriate capacity. He is empowered by Supreme Personality of Godhead. So because he has been able to do this extraordinary task of creating a second sun, he said Dvitiya eva patangaha, as if he created a second sun. He could do it because he was a devotee of the Lord. In Brahma Samhita 5.48, Brahmaji also accepts. Brahmaji says that Yasyaika nishvashita kalamathavalambya jivanti loma vilaja jagadandanatha Vishnur mahan sahiha yasya jagat kala vishesho Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. So Brahmaji says that Kala Vishesho. Kala is plenary portion, a part of Krishna. When we, in the first canto, when we understood about Krishna's expansions and incarnations, we saw that Krishna expands as Balaram, then Lord Balaram expands as Vasudeva, Pradyumna, and those four. And then from that Vasudeva comes the Mahavishnu. So this Mahavishnu that is lying on the Kshirodak ocean, Brahmaji is saying, and Bhagavatam confirms, that when he exhales from the holes on his skin, millions of universes come out. So if a plenary portion, if a part of Krishna can do that, why can't Priyavrat, who is a devotee of Krishna, why can't he create a second son? So this is what empowerment by God looks like. We see in Bhagavad Gita, when Arjun, he was hesitant to participate in the war. He was saying that the people on the opposite side, they are my relatives, some of them, they are the soldiers, they are innocent, and I don't want to be the reason for their wives to become widow and therefore their children to become orphan. I don't want to fight. And then Krishna in Bhagavad Gita 11.33, Krishna tells him, he says, Tasmat avushtishta yasho labhasva jitva shratun bhungshvarajyam samruddha maya eva yete nihata purvameva nimitta matram bhavasa vyasachin. So Krishna tells him that Tasmatva Muttishta, you get up Arjun, Yasho Labhasva, you win the glory, Jitva Shatrun, you conquer your enemies, Bhungshva Rajyam Samruddham, you enjoy the flourishing kingdom, and those who you are fearful to kill, Maya eva ete nihata purvam eva, their death has been predetermined by me, they are already killed by me. So nimitta matram bhavasava sachin, you just become a nimitta, you just become an instrument. So an instrument is some personality. The Supreme Lord gives some extraordinary powers or some talent, some energy, capacity to do something that, in Bhagavad Gita 4.8, Krishna says, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha deshkritam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So Krishna can do these three tasks himself, but on some occasions he chooses to empower some of his devotee to carry out some missions. And in Bhagavad Gita 7.11, Krishna says, Balam balavatachaham, I am the strength of the strong. So wherever we see, even in Bhagavad Gita 10.41, he says, Yadyad vibhuti mat sarvam, and in the last he says, Mama tejomsha sambhava, that wherever you see some vibhuti, wherever you see some extraordinary caliber, you must know that it is Mama Tejomsha, it has sprung from the spark of my splendor. We are talking about Priyavrat doing something extraordinary. In the previous canto, we saw Prithu Maharaj. Prithu Maharaj is also coming in the same dynasty. So Swayambhuv Manu, his two sons, Uttanpad and Priyavrat, and King Uttanpad's son is Dhruva Maharaj, and then after some more kings, then comes King Anga, King Vena, and then his son is Pruthu. So when King Pruthu came, because of the bad rule of his father Vena, the earth had become very infertile. So what Prithu did, that is also something humanly impossible. He milked the earth, and then he made the earth more fertile, so that the whole population is prosperous and peaceful. So this Prithu Maharaj is described as Shakti-Avesh avatar. So what is Shakti-Aves avatar? Shakti-Aves avatar is somebody Krishna has empowered by his Palana Shakti, his potency to rule and his potency to administer, his administration Shakti. And there are more Shakti-Aves avatar we see along Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, like Lord Brahma, he is empowered by the Shakti to create. Narad Muni, he is given, he is empowered to give bhakti. Then there is Parshuram, he is being empowered to kill the miscreants. Ananta Shesh, he is being empowered to hold the earth, support the universes and glorify the Lord. So like this, there are many Shakti-Avesh avtaras, and Prabhupada has said that the Shakti-Avesh avtaras are not Vishnu Tattva, when it is completely different than when Krishna takes incarnation, as he says in Bhagavad Gita, Paritranaya Sadhunam, that's his incarnation. But this Shakti-Avesh avatar is not Vishnu Tattva, it is some Jiva Tattva who is been empowered with some powers, and those powers Krishna can take away when that service is finished also. Prabhupada has even said in some purports that Jesus Christ and Muhammad, they were also Shakti-Avesh avatar of the God. But if you think about Priyavrat Maharaj, Bhagavatam doesn't explicitly say anywhere that he is Shakti-Avesh avatar, but yes, definitely whatever he is doing, the extraordinary feat he has done by creating the second sun, it is not possible without the empowerment of the Lord, and that is what the words Bhagavad Upasano Pachitati Purusha Prabhava mean also. And in our scriptures we see many examples of devotees who were empowered by the Lord. Like in Chaitanya Charitamrita we see the example of Ramanand Rai. So once Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asks Ramanand Rai to describe the Radha Tattva and Krishna Tattva and Bhakti Tattva, and then Ramanand Rai very nicely in detail describes all this, and then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in ecstasy and he says, more, please tell me more. So then Ramanand Rai says that please, and he praises Ramanand Rai that you are such an expert, you know this Radha Tattva, Krishna Tattva, everything so well, please explain me, please enlighten me. And then Ramanand Rai says that, oh Lord, please don't make me feel proud. Whatever I'm saying, you want me to say it. In Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 8.133, Ramanand Rai says that Mora Jihva Vinayantra Tumi Vinadhari Tomar Mane Ye Uthe Tahai Uchare. That Mora Jiva, my tongue is a Veena, is the string instrument, and you are the Veenadhari. You are 8:30. You are the musician who is playing this veena, and whatever you want me to say, I'm just saying it. And in another verse, Ramanand Rai says that I'm just a cloud and you are the ocean, and cloud just borrows water from the ocean and then it just rains on the ocean itself and on all other jivas. So Ramanand Rai confirms that whatever capacity I have to glorify Radha and Krishna is coming from you. So, and we see Shukdev Goswami in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, towards the end of Bhagavatam, Sudha Goswami, he says that this Shukdev Goswami, he was so empowered by the Supreme Lord that he became the guru of his guru and his param guru. Like when in the assembly where Shukdev Goswami was narrating Krishna's Nama Rupa Gun Leela to Parikshit Maharaj, in that assembly Vyasadev, his guru, Shukdev Goswami's guru, and his guru Narad Muni, they were also sitting there. So Sutta Goswami praises that Shukdev Goswami was so much empowered by Supreme Personality of Godhead that he could even speak in front of his guru and his guru's guru. So and in that in the same parampara, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has said that Lord Krishna first gave this knowledge of Bhagavatam to Lord Brahma, then Brahma gave to Narad, then Narad gave to Vyasadev, then Vyasadev to Shukdev Goswami, then Suta Goswami. So in that parampara, whether it is any of these acharyas, any acharyas in our parampara, whether it is Srila Prabhupada, when Krishna wants to inspire someone, he just uses the tongue of the speaker as an instrument to pass that message. So the credit does not lie with the speaker, credit or narrator, credit goes to Krishna. There are many other examples. It's already 8:30, so there is many more things to say, but I think because we had 3 verses to cover today, we will try to conclude. We see the example of Arjun as well. Arjun, at the end of Kurukshetra war, Krishna asks Arjun to get off the chariot first. So Arjun thinks that normally, he is my Sarthi, so he should get off first. We see like when celebrity comes, the driver, the chauffeur will come down, open the door, and the celebrity will come down and he'll get the gate. So Arjun thinks that he is the chariot, he should get off first, but why is he asking me to get off first? But as soon as Arjun gets off, Krishna jumps off the chariot, and chariot it goes into blazes. So then Krishna explains that during the war, all these Maharathis like Drona, Brahma, Karna, they all were attacking the chariot with all the celestial weapons. So, it was just because of Krishna's presence that they were deactivated. But as soon as Krishna left the chariot was just blasted. And after Krishna left this planet, Yudhishthir asked Arjun to go and get the queens of Dwarka and their relatives to safety to Hastinapur. So then Arjun goes to get all the queens, and he is coming. So we see this narration in 15th chapter of 1st canto, that when they are coming, on the way they get attacked by some cowherd men with sticks. All they have is sticks, and they defeat Arjun. So then Arjun reflects in one of the verses in 1:15-21. Arjun reflects that I am the same Arjun, my Gandiv is the same, my bows are the same, my chariot is the same, I have everything same, but because Krishna has left, my splendor has gone. So he says that now I am getting defeated by these cowherd men with sticks. So when we can see when Krishna empowers someone, an ordinary person can defeat the whole world, but when that empowerment goes, ordinary people like cowherd men can defeat the same Arjun, who is so famous for being expert. So Prabhupada says, that Krishna uses someone as instrument, empowers, and he can take away his powers when the mission is accomplished. So Prabhupada says we should not be proud of the borrowed plumes. When a crow puts on the peacock feathers and dances and feels proud within himself that I'm looking so beautiful, I'm dancing so well, but it's like borrowed beauty. It does not belong to him. Then we have the example of Prabhupada. Prabhupada was obviously a Shaktiavesh avatar who fulfilled the prophecy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Prithvi te achayadi nagaradriga sarvatra prachara hai bimuranam. So we know Prabhupada's life story. It's very inspiring. So when Prabhupada was going in the Jaladuta, for the first time, Prabhupada has written the Markin Bhagavat in the last stanza. He has written that Nachau Nachau Prabhu Nachau se mate Kashtera Putliyata Nachau se mate. That I am just a wooden doll puppet in your hand. So you make me dance the way you make me dance. Because before Prabhupada had left, some of his godbrothers had already tried to preach in the West, and one of his godbrothers had told Prabhupada that when I told one Britisher that you will have to leave meat eating, gambling, illicit sex, and he straight away said impossible. So Prabhupada had no resources, literally no money, no financial backing, and no experience, and no surety that people will take the movement he is trying to give them, but just with the faith, and because of empowerment given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he achieved this, in hundreds and thousands of spiritual, saints. They could not, Indian spiritual saints, they had been going to West for, many years. But what they couldn't do in hundreds of years, Prabhupada did in just 11 years. In 1966, he established ISKCON, and until 77, within 11 years, he inspired the opening of more than 100 temples, and thousands of Western people he inspired to become devotees. So when we think about it, it is not humanly possible. And Prabhupada again and again in his purport, he mentions this verse from Chaitanya Charitamrita, that Kali Kale Dharmahaya Nama Sankirtana Krishna Shakti Vina Nahi Tara Pravartan. That unless one is empowered by Krishna Shakti, unless one is empowered by Krishna's potency, one cannot preach. And I wanted to share one funny incident. Once Prabhupada was on a morning walk, and one devotee asked him that Prabhupada, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he walked this earth. So if he wanted to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world, why did he not travel to the West and did it? So Prabhupada laughed and he said, that credit he left to me. And also in the last purport, Prabhupada highlights that whatever Priyavrat did, creating the second sun, it was not in the competition mood with the sun god, but it was just so that there is abundant benefit for his own praja. So that is the difference. Prabhupada has written in Krishna book that there is competition in spiritual world also. So there is difference between material competition and spiritual competition. In material competition, it is born out of envy, but spiritual competition is born out of love for Krishna. In material competition, when somebody goes ahead of us, we feel our heart burns. But in spiritual competition, when we see someone serving really well, we feel inspired because we are happy that the person we want to serve, Krishna, is being served very nicely. So yes, there is competition in spiritual world as well, but the mood is different. Even gopis and gopas and the elderly gopis in Vrindavan, they all try to serve Krishna, and they are all in competition that who will please Krishna more. But that all is not, not with this material kind of competition. It is all to give pleasure to Krishna. And there is one point I wanted to make, in Bhagavatam 3:29-17, it is said that one who can see, one who worships the deity in the temple, but as soon as they step outside of the temple, they fail to see that deity, that Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, in the heart of people they deal with, then their worship is not complete yet. It is still not advanced yet. The worship is very weak. So yes, there are many points in these 3 verses. I tried to cover as much as I could in this 1 hour. If anyone has any questions, comments, feedback, those present here or on the Zoom, they are please welcome.
Hari Bol, Bhavamayi, Mataji, thank you
Oh
so
yes,
much.
if they speak, I can't hear. Take this out.
Hari Bol, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Now we can hear you.
Thank you. Sorry, no great question. Just wanted to say thank you for class. That was really good, and thank you for covering the classes that couldn't be covered yesterday. It was so comprehensive, Mataji, and thank you for stopping with enough time for us to ask questions. I don't have any questions, but thank you so much. I feel blessed by that class, by the way, Mataji. Thank you. Haribol.
Thank you so much, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Bhavamayi.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. You have very nicely covered all these 3 verses, as Yamuna said, and thank you very much for that. And you have really given us so much in your this Bhagavatam class. And the thing here, which we think that if Krishna wants to do something, everything is possible. So that's the famous thing is Rakhe Krishna Mare Koi, Mare Krishna Rakhe Ke. So Krishna can do everything. Now, sometimes we can be, sort of asking question, why Priyavrata would do such a thing? Why he wanted to change everything? This is like, it's like when I say, we can say we are playing with the Prakriti. We know that there is going to be dark, as we know we are in southern hemisphere when we have got day and we have got night in the other hemispheres. So why would he do that? But this is actually to give us this lesson that if Krishna if Priyavrata was worshipping Krishna, he was a great devotee of Krishna, and everything was possible for a devotee of Krishna. So that's a lesson we have actually from Priyavrata, that he could do that. That doesn't mean that everybody has to do and just imitate Priyavrata, that Priyavrata did that and I can also do that. So that is because that power and empowerment is given by Krishna, that he could do that. And he was not doing for his personal satisfaction or showing that I'm greater than the sun god. So very nice. These verses are so much deep. We can think about that and we can learn so much from them. I know there is so many things in these verses, and like all these different planets and what is happening. But the point here is, at the end, is that Krishna is the one, wherever, as you say, yatra Krishna Yogeshwara, tatra Arjuna Dhanurdhara. So if those two are there, that's a devotee of Krishna, then everything and victory is there. Thank you very much again. Always wonderful class. And again, thank you very much for giving this beautiful, wonderful class. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Actually, Mataji, there is so much in these purports, we should unpack every little detail and elaborate, but because of time limit, I actually feel bad that, I could only touch on the main points. All right. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम महापुराण की जय, जगतगुरु श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय. हरे कृष्ण.
Our grace Bhavamayi Dasi Devi ki jai.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna.
Thank
Hare
you,
Krishna.
Mataji.